A D-Class personnel blinked during a routine cleaning of SCP-173's containment chamber. The blink lasted 0.4 seconds. When his eyes opened, 173 was 3 feet closer. He didn't blink again for 2 minutes straight. His eyes dried out, started watering uncontrollably, and he blinked reflexively. 0.3 seconds that time. 173 was at his throat. The autopsy showed his neck vertebrae were rotated 180 degrees. Here's what nobody explains about objects that kill when you stop looking. Your body isn't designed to never blink, and they know it. SCP-173. A concrete statue, vaguely humanoid, about 6 feet tall. Rebar reinforcement visible through cracks in the surface. Face is just a spray-painted design, 2 eyes and a mouth, crude, like something a kid would draw. The statue was found in an abandoned warehouse in 1993, just standing there in the corner. When the recovery team approached it, the statue moved. Except nobody saw it move. One agent looked away for a second to check his radio. When he looked back, 173 had crossed 12 feet. Instant. No transition, no movement, just to there, to here. The Foundation tested it extensively. Put it in a room with cameras from every angle. Reviewed the footage frame by frame. The statue appears in position A in one frame, position B in the next frame. No blur, no motion trail. It doesn't move through space. It relocates. The kill method is consistent. It goes for the neck, snaps it with enough force to cause instant death. The autopsy reports describe rotational trauma inconsistent with human capability. One victim had their neck twisted, 3 full rotations. The statue weighs about 500 pounds, but it moves like it weighs nothing. A researcher calculated that to cross 15 feet in the span of a human blink, roughly 0.3 seconds, 173 would need to accelerate to around 30 miles per hour instantly. Concrete shouldn't do that. The statue produces a brown-red substance that pools on the floor of its containment cell. The substance is a mix of blood and feces. The Foundation doesn't know whose. Tests show multiple human DNA sources, but none match any missing persons or recorded victims. The statue just makes it, constantly. The smell is overwhelming. Cleaning the cell requires 3 personnel minimum. 2 maintain eye contact while 1 cleans. They rotate every 10 minutes because your eyes will betray you eventually. Weeping Angel. Not an SCP, but it operates on the same principle, so it's worth understanding. Stone statues that look like weeping angels from old cemeteries, hands covering their faces. They don't move when you look at them. The second you look away, they're alive, fast, vicious. They don't kill you like 173 though. They touch you, and you're displaced in time. Sent back decades or centuries. You live out your life in the past, while they feed on the temporal energy, dark. The quantum lock mechanic is what makes them terrifying. Any living creature looking at an angel locks it in stone form, turn around, and they move. Blink, and they move. Even looking at an image of an angel can lock it. But here's the trick. An angel looking at another angel locks both, so they cover their eyes. They're not weeping. They're protecting themselves from each other. One account describes a man trapped in a room with 4 angels. He lasted 11 minutes, kept his eyes open, spinning in circles trying to watch all 4. But you can't watch 4 points simultaneously. The moment he focused on one, the other 3 moved closer. He tried backing into a corner. Mistake. 2 angels behind him now, 1 on each side of his peripheral vision. He couldn't watch both. He chose left. The right one got him. The trick with angels is mirrors. If they can see themselves, they're locked. But you need a big enough mirror and the right angle, and in a panic, geometry is hard. Blink timer. Not an object, but a survival tool. When you're locked in a room with 173 or any weeping variant, you need to know how long you can go without blinking. Average human blinks every 4 seconds under normal conditions, but you can train that. Freedivers do it. Meditators. The record for voluntary non-blinking is about 40 minutes, but that's in controlled conditions. No stress, no fear, no statue sprinting at you the second your eyelids touch. In Foundation testing, the longest a D-Class went without blinking, while in 173's chamber, was 3 minutes 12 seconds. His eyes were bleeding by the end. Tears streaming down his face from the dryness, but he held it. They pulled him out before he broke. The next guy made it 4 minutes, then blinked. 173 killed him, so fast the camera barely registered the statue's position change. Here's the biological problem. Your eyes need moisture. Blinking spreads tears across the surface. Without it, your corneas dry out. Starts hurting after 90 seconds. Real pain after 2 minutes. By 3 minutes, you're doing damage. But the alternative is dying, so you push through. Some personnel try the one-eye method. Close one eye, keep the other open, then switch. Gives each eye a break. Doesn't work with 173. The statue moves if both eyes aren't on it. Even one closed eye counts as looking away. Both eyes, constant, or you're dead. D-Class. Orange jumpsuit, number stenciled on the chest. Death row inmates, mostly. The Foundation pulls them from prisons worldwide, offers them a deal. Work for us for 30 days, and your sentence is commuted. They don't mention that 30-day survival rate in D-Class assignments is around 12%. Lower if you're assigned to 173 duty. A guy identified as D-9341 lasted 16 days on 173 cleaning rotation. That's exceptional. Most don't make it past 3. The job is simple. Enter the containment cell with 2 other D-Class. One person cleans, while 2 maintain visual contact with the statue. Rotate positions every few minutes. Exit when the cell is clean. Simple, right? Except you're in a room with something that wants to kill you and is only stopped by your ability to keep your eyes open. Humans make mistakes. Someone sneezes. Someone trips. Someone panics and runs, breaking line of sight. D-9341's luck ran out on day 17. He was on watch duty. His partner was cleaning near the statue. The third guy was watching from the door. D-9341's nose started bleeding. Dry air in the facility. He wiped it without thinking. Hand went up, blocked his vision for half a second. 173 moved. Killed the guy cleaning. D-9341 survived, but they reassigned him. The guilt, apparently, was affecting his performance. Most D-Class don't get reassigned. They just get replaced. Neck snap. The sound is distinctive. A crack, loud and wet. It echoes in concrete rooms. Several survivors of near misses with 173 describe hearing it in their sleep. The statue doesn't just break the neck. It torques it, twists the head around like unscrewing a bottle cap, fast enough that you don't have time to scream. One researcher analyzed the force required. To rotate a human head 180 degrees, you need roughly 1,200 pounds of torque applied in under a second. 173 does it effortlessly. The statue's hands are crude. Rebar stubs, basically. No fingers. But the grip strength is immense. One victim had handprints embedded in their skull. The pressure fractured the bone. How does a concrete statue generate that much force? The Foundation doesn't know. The statue's composition is normal concrete, rebar, aggregate, standard mix. But it moves like it's powered by something. There's no machinery inside, no hidden mechanisms. They've X-rayed it, ultrasound, everything. It's solid concrete. And somehow, it kills with the efficiency of a trained assassin. The psychological impact on personnel is severe, knowing that one blink, one momentary lapse, results in that sound, that crack. Several guards have requested transfers after witnessing kills. The Foundation usually approves. PTSD affects performance, and when performance drops around 173, people die. Containment door. Steel, 8 inches thick, reinforced frame, magnetic locks. The door to 173's cell is designed to be fail-safe. It won't open unless there are at least 3 personnel with active visual on 173 through the observation window. The door has a small window, bulletproof glass, 12 inches square. Big enough to see the statue, too small to fit through. The containment protocol is strict. Before opening the door, personnel must verify 173's position, confirm visual contact. Announce entry. Wait for acknowledgement from control room, then open. The door opens slowly. Hydraulics, not manual. Takes 8 seconds to fully open. 8 seconds, where the statue is theoretically mobile if someone breaks visual contact. In 2008, there was a breach, maintenance issue with the hydraulics. The door opened in 3 seconds instead of 8. The D-class entering hadn't established proper visual contact yet. 173 was at the door before they realized. Killed 1, injured 2. The statue moved into the corridor. Facility lockdown. They cornered it in a dead-end hallway using 9 personnel, maintaining staggered visual coverage. Took 40 minutes to walk it back to its cell. Nobody blinked wrong. One guy came close. His contact lens shifted. He reflexively closed his eye to adjust it. The statue moved 6 feet in that moment. They got it back eventually, but the incident report recommended doubling personnel for any future containment breaches. The door hasn't malfunctioned since. But doors are mechanical. Mechanical things fail. And when they fail around 173, people die. Eye drops. Foundation personnel assigned to 173 duty carry them constantly. Standard issue is a small bottle, saline solution. Keeps eyes moist during extended observation. The trick is applying them without looking away. You tilt your head back, hold the bottle above your eye, squeeze, keep your other eye locked on the statue. It's harder than it sounds. Your natural instinct is to close the eye you're putting drops in. You have to fight that. Training includes practice sessions. They put you in a room with a red circle on the wall. Tell you to stare at the circle while applying drops. Time you. Most people can do it in 5 seconds with practice. 5 seconds is too long with 173. The statue can cross a standard containment cell, about 20 feet, in under 2 seconds if nobody's watching. So the protocol is 2-person minimum. One applies drops, the other watches. Then switch. But what happens if it's just you? Single personnel should never be alone with 173, but accidents happen, containment breaches, system failures. If you're alone, you don't use drops. You deal with the pain. Dry eyes are better than dead. One researcher calculated that the average human can maintain useful vision through dry eye discomfort for about 12 minutes before tears blur everything and you're effectively blind. 12 minutes to get out or get help. After that, you're guessing where the statue is, and guessing wrong means you die. Mirror trick. Reflections count as observation. If 173 can see itself in a mirror, it's locked. Same with weeping angels. The Foundation tested this extensively. They put a full-length mirror in 173's cell. The statue didn't move for 6 hours. Then they removed the mirror. It moved instantly. The trick is useful in theory. Carry a small mirror. Position it so the entity sees itself. You're safe. In practice, it's complicated. First, the mirror needs to be angled right. The entity has to see its own face, not just its body. Second, mirrors break. Drop it, crack it, and you've lost your advantage. Third, 173 seems to learn. In repeated tests with mirrors, the statue eventually stopped looking at its reflection, just stopped. Turned its head away, even though turning should require movement, which it can't do while observed. The Foundation's theory is that 173 has some level of awareness. It understands the mirror trick and adapts, which is terrifying because it implies intelligence. A concrete statue that kills shouldn't be smart, but the behavioral patterns suggest otherwise. Several personnel have tried the mirror trick in emergencies. Mixed results. One guy survived a breach by holding up a compact mirror. Kept 173 frozen for 9 minutes until backup arrived. Another guy tried it. The mirror fell out of his hand when the statue rushed him. Died instantly. The mirror trick is a gamble. It might work. It might not. And if it doesn't, you don't get a second chance. The objects that kill when you look away exploit the one thing your body has to do. Blink. You can hold your breath for minutes. Go without food for weeks. But your eyes will blink. Involuntary reflex. 3 to 5 seconds under stress, even less if you're scared. And in that quarter second of darkness, they move. Across rooms, through doors, around corners. By the time your eyes open, they're close enough to kill. The Foundation contains 173 because they have protocols, multiple observers, redundancy, technology. But protocols fail. People make mistakes. And every mistake around 173 is fatal. The statue doesn't forgive, doesn't hesitate. You blink, you die. That's the rule. And concrete doesn't get tired of waiting.